Mitchell with the Mitchell Report. Thank you for stopping by for the show this evening. We had about 2,000 folks watch the show yesterday, so thank you so much. We really appreciate you tuning in. We know that you have a lot of choices out there and shows you can watch and great content that you can put into your brain. But we hope that the content you get here is something special, the analysis is something special, and that we will encourage and motivate you and educate you on the issues, maybe some things that you hadn't thought about going forward, because the Democrats' only hope to defeat us in the midterms is if we just don't show up, if we feel discouraged, if we feel confused, if we sit on the sidelines because we feel like, well, what's the point? They'll just cheat anyway. But I believe that we've taken enough steps on voter integrity. We've, I think, passed voter integrity laws in like 18 new states now. We have special software programs that are watching voter registrations to make sure the Democrats don't cheat on those. We've passed laws with the Supreme Court in states where drop boxes are no longer legal. Many little things are adding up in our favor right now. In the latest midterm polls, two of the most reliable ones, Trafalgar and Rasmussen, have us at a +5 and +6 in the generic ballot. Folks, that is extraordinarily high. You need to understand that when they ask the generic ballot question, do you prefer to have a Democrat? Do you prefer to have a Republican in office? That poll tends to have a bias of 5 points towards Democrats. What does that mean? That means that for Democrats to keep the status quo, pardon me, for nothing to change at all, Democrats would need to be +5 in that poll. So if the poll is +5 Republicans or +6 Republicans, that means that it's really +10 to +11 in our favor. And in 2010, the last major red wave election that we all point back to, where we flipped 63 seats in the House and threw Nancy Pelosi out of the speakership, we were a R+3 on the generic ballot. And Joe Biden was not in office, but Barack Obama was at about 47% approval rating now. So we're looking at a contrast between that and Joe Biden at 35% and a +5 to +6 in the generic ballot. And I think that will grow as we get closer to the midterms and people start taking a harder look. You know, some people are just starting to pay attention now. A lot of folks really don't even pay attention until about a week before the election. So a lot can change between now and then, but I think it's going to move away from the Democrats even more and towards the Republicans, because gas prices will be going up in the next few months. Inflation will be getting worse. As the weather gets cooler, people start to look at their heating bills and start to freak out over that. I think the case for the Republican Party will grow even stronger. And we see on the House side, they're coming out with some great new ideas that they're going to be running on. Okay, let's talk about the two-tiered justice system in America. We complain about this all the time because it is just so annoying and frustrating to watch. Because it seems like Democrats get away with bloody murder and Republicans are frog marched and perp walked in front of the media for things we don't even know what they are. Just, accusations of process crimes. We went through years and years of the Russiagate investigation with Bill Barr and Durham, and they just couldn't seem to indict anybody. Brennan, Comey, Strzok, the whole crowd engaged in what was probably the greatest political crime in history that made Watergate look like nothing by comparison, and no indictments. Hillary Clinton, bleach bidding, her emails, which include classified information that was available on the internet. This is not classified information in some vault in a basement in Mar-a-Lago. This was classified documents, top secret documents on Hillary's server that anybody, any hacker could have gotten. no indictments. And yet, every time you turn around, another Republican is being indicted, another Republican is being raided. Has Hunter Biden's home been raided by the FBI? They sat on his laptop knowing it's full of crimes, as we're seeing now in the great new